A customer called corporate headquarters demanding a manager be fired because they refused to accept an expired coupon from 2003. A woman filed a lawsuit against a restaurant for discrimination after being told the kitchen was closed 15 minutes past closing time. A man reported a retail store to the Better Business Bureau because an employee wouldn't let him return a used toothbrush he'd owned for 6 months. What you are about to hear are 47 actual complaints filed by adults who heard the word "no" and decided this constituted a human rights violation, requiring immediate escalation to the highest authorities available. And number 23 will make you question whether some people have ever been told no before in their entire lives. If you have ever worked in customer service, hit subscribe because this is every nightmare shift you've ever worked condensed into one video. Drop a comment with the most unhinged reaction to no you have personally witnessed. We are documenting humanity's inability to handle minor disappointment. Number 47. A customer demanded to speak with a manager because a barista at Starbucks wouldn't remake their drink for the 4th time. They'd already sent it back 3 times for being too hot, then too cold, then too much foam. When the manager explained the drink was made to standard and they couldn't keep remaking it indefinitely, the customer filed a corporate complaint claiming the store refused service to paying customers. They wanted unlimited remakes until they achieved coffee perfection. Number 46. A shopper called the police because Target wouldn't accept their return of Christmas decorations on January 15th without a receipt. The return policy clearly stated 30 days with receipt. They'd had the items for over a year. When officers arrived and explained this wasn't a criminal matter, the shopper accused Target of theft for keeping decorations they'd voluntarily purchased 12 months earlier. This person tried to criminally prosecute a retail return policy. Number 45. A diner left a 1-star review and filed a health department complaint because a restaurant wouldn't serve them 30 minutes after the posted closing time. The kitchen was cleaned, staff were clocking out, and the doors were locked. When told restaurants close at closing time, they argued that closing at 10 p.m. should mean willing to serve customers who arrive at 10:30. This person wanted closing time redefined to mean staying open. Number 44. A customer reported a grocery store to corporate because the cashier refused to accept a coupon that was actually just a piece of paper with 50% off handwritten in crayon. When told this wasn't a valid coupon, they insisted all coupons start as paper, and this was discrimination against homemade discounts. They'd created their own coupon and expected it to be honored. Number 43. A traveler filed a complaint with an airline because gate agents wouldn't let them board after doors closed for departure. They'd arrived at the gate 7 minutes after scheduled takeoff. When told planes cannot delay for late passengers, they demanded the flight be held and threatened to sue for discrimination. This person wanted an entire aircraft full of people to wait because they were late. Number 42. A customer called corporate headquarters 14 times because a fast food worker wouldn't give them extra sauce packets for free. The restaurant charged 10 cents per additional sauce. When told this was store policy, they escalated to the regional manager, then district manager, then wrote to the CEO claiming sauce rationing violated their consumer rights. They spent 2 hours fighting over 30 cents worth of condiments. Number 41. A parent filed a formal complaint with a movie theater because staff wouldn't admit their 8-year-old to an R-rated horror film alone. The parent wanted to drop the child off and return later. When told this violated both theater policy and law, they accused the theater of age discrimination and threatened legal action. This parent wanted to abandon their child at a graphic horror movie. Number 40. A shopper reported a clothing store to the Better Business Bureau because employees wouldn't let them try on swimwear without underwear. Store policy requires underwear for hygiene reasons. When told this was standard practice, they insisted their right to try on clothes superseded sanitation requirements. They wanted to eliminate hygiene rules for personal convenience. Number 39. A customer demanded a manager be fired because they wouldn't apply a 20% off everything sale to already clearanced items marked final sale. The sale explicitly excluded clearance items. When shown the posted exclusions, they insisted the word everything meant everything and sued the store for false advertising. They spent $3,000 on a lawyer to argue about a $12 discount. Number 38. A diner filed a health code complaint because a restaurant wouldn't serve them food after they brought their pet snake inside. Health regulations prohibit non-service animals in food establishments. When told to remove the snake, they claimed emotional support animal status. When asked for documentation, they showed a certificate they'd printed from the internet 5 minutes earlier. This person fabricated service animal paperwork for a snake. Number 37. A customer called corporate demanding an employee be terminated because they wouldn't accept a return of custom-ordered monogrammed towels. Custom items are non-returnable. The towels had the customer's initials embroidered. When told personalized items can't be resold, they argued the store could sell them to another person with the same initials. They wanted a retailer to find customers who matched their monogram. Number 36. A shopper filed a discrimination complaint because a store wouldn't let them use a competitor's coupon. The coupon clearly stated it was for a different chain. When told stores don't honor competitors' promotions, they insisted all retail is the same industry and coupons should be universal. This person wanted cross-company coupon acceptance enforced by law. Number 35. A customer reported a pharmacy to the state board because the pharmacist wouldn't fill a prescription written on a napkin in crayon. The prescription had no doctor information, DEA number, or patient details. When told prescriptions require proper documentation, they claimed their doctor was old school and didn't use forms. They wanted controlled substances dispensed based on napkin notes. Number 34. A parent sued a children's museum because staff wouldn't let their 12-year-old supervise 4 younger siblings alone while the parent went shopping. Museum policy requires adult supervision for groups of children. When told this was for safety, they argued their 12-year-old was very mature, and the museum was discriminating against responsible children. This parent wanted to use a children's museum as free childcare. Number 33. A customer filed a corporate complaint because a hotel wouldn't give them a refund after they'd stayed 3 nights of a 4-night reservation. They wanted to leave early and get money back for the unused night despite the non-refundable rate they'd booked. When told non-refundable means non-refundable, they threatened to sue for false imprisonment. This person equated keeping their money for services rendered with holding them hostage. Number 32. A diner left a 1-star review and filed a BBB complaint because a restaurant wouldn't substitute salmon for chicken in a chicken sandwich. The menu clearly stated no substitutions. When offered to order salmon prepared a different way, they insisted they wanted a chicken sandwich with salmon and refused alternatives. They demanded a sandwich that violated its own name. Number 31. A shopper called police because Target wouldn't price match Amazon for an item that was on Amazon Marketplace through a third-party seller. Price matching applies to items sold directly by Amazon, not random marketplace vendors. When officers explained this wasn't criminal, the shopper accused Target of organized retail fraud. This person tried to have Target employees arrested for following corporate policy. Number 30. But here is where it gets genuinely unhinged. A customer filed a lawsuit against Starbucks because a barista wouldn't write a racial slur on their cup as their name. They claimed this violated their free speech rights. When told private businesses can refuse service for any legal reason, they sued for discrimination, hired a lawyer, and went to local news claiming Starbucks was censoring them. The case was dismissed within weeks. They spent over $5,000 in legal fees fighting for the right to have a coffee cup with a slur written on it. When asked by reporters why this mattered so much, they said it was about principle. The truly remarkable part is they gave multiple television interviews explaining their position without anyone pointing out that free speech doesn't mean private businesses must participate in speech they find objectionable. This person made themselves regionally famous for demanding slur-based coffee customization. Number 29. A customer reported a gym to the health department because staff wouldn't let them work out barefoot. Shoes are required for safety and hygiene. When told this was policy, they claimed foot prisons violated their natural rights. They filed a complaint that the health department forwarded to the gym with a note confirming shoes are absolutely required. This person wanted the health department to overturn health requirements. Number 28. A parent filed a discrimination complaint because a trampoline park wouldn't admit their child who was 40 pounds under the weight minimum. Weight minimums exist because small children get injured on trampolines designed for larger people. When told this was for safety, they threatened to sue and showed up with a lawyer. The lawyer read the waiver and told them they had no case. This parent brought legal counsel to argue about trampoline physics. Number 27. A customer demanded a manager be terminated because they wouldn't override the register to accept an expired coupon from 2003. The coupon was 17 years expired. When told expired means invalid, they insisted good customer service meant ignoring expiration dates. They called corporate daily for 2 weeks demanding termination. They launched a vendetta over a coupon from the Bush administration. Number 26. A diner filed a health code violation because a restaurant wouldn't let them bring outside food into the dining room. They'd purchased sushi from across the street and wanted to eat it at the restaurant while their family ordered from the menu. When told outside food isn't permitted, they claimed allergies required them to bring their own food. When offered to see allergy information for menu items, they admitted they just preferred the other restaurant's sushi. This person wanted to eat a competitor's food inside a different restaurant. Number 25. A shopper reported a bookstore to corporate because employees wouldn't let them read an entire book in the store without purchasing it. They'd been sitting in the aisle for 4 hours reading. When asked to buy the book or leave, they claimed this was discrimination against readers. They wanted bookstores to function as free libraries. Number 24. A customer filed a corporate complaint because a bank teller wouldn't let them withdraw money from someone else's account without authorization. They had the account number, but no permission from the account holder. When told this would be theft, they argued that knowing the account number should grant access. This person didn't understand what bank security was for. Number 23. A parent sued a daycare because staff wouldn't administer essential oils instead of prescribed medication during an asthma attack. The child had a severe attack requiring an inhaler. When teachers used the prescribed medication, the parent filed a lawsuit for assault. Doctors testified the inhaler saved the child's life. The case was dismissed and the parent lost custody temporarily. This parent sued people for saving their child's life with actual medicine instead of using lavender oil. Number 22. A customer reported a coffee shop to the health department because the barista wouldn't make a latte with breast milk the customer had brought from home. Health code prohibits preparing food with customer-provided bodily fluids. When told this was non-negotiable, they filed a discrimination complaint claiming the health department was anti-breastfeeding. This person wanted baristas to steam human breast milk. Number 21. A diner left a 1-star review and called corporate because a restaurant wouldn't seat their party of 12 without a reservation on Valentine's Day at 8 p.m. The restaurant was fully booked. When told to make a reservation next time, they insisted walk-ins should have priority over people who planned ahead. They wanted reservation systems abolished in their favor. Number 20. A shopper filed a BBB complaint because Costco wouldn't let them shop without a membership. Costco is a membership warehouse. When told membership is required, they argued that selling memberships was a scam and stores should be open to everyone. They wanted Costco to eliminate their entire business model for one shopping trip. Number 19. A customer called police because McDonald's wouldn't serve breakfast items at 3 p.m. Breakfast ended at 10:30 a.m. When officers arrived and confirmed restaurants can set menu hours, the customer accused McDonald's of false advertising for displaying breakfast items in photos, but not serving them all day. This person tried to criminally prosecute breakfast hours. Number 18. A parent filed a discrimination lawsuit because a trampoline park wouldn't admit their child with a broken arm. Medical waivers prohibit participation with fractures. When told this was for the child's safety, they argued their child knew their limits. Doctors testified that jumping on a broken arm could cause permanent damage. The case was dismissed. This parent sued for the right to injure their child further. Number 17. A customer reported a nail salon to the state board because technicians wouldn't perform a pedicure on their actively bleeding foot wound. Health regulations prohibit service on open wounds. When told to return after the wound healed, they filed a complaint claiming discrimination against injured people. They wanted pedicures performed on infected open cuts. Number 16. A diner filed a health code complaint because a restaurant wouldn't blend their steak into a smoothie. The restaurant had blenders for drinks but refused to puree meat. When told this was disgusting and unsanitary, They threatened to sue for discrimination against people who prefer liquefied beef. This person wanted meat smoothies from a restaurant without clarifying why. Number 15. A shopper called corporate demanding an employee be fired because they wouldn't accept a return of obviously worn shoes with dirt caked on the soles. The return policy states shoes must be unworn. When shown the dirty shoes, they claimed the dirt came from trying them on. For 3 months, apparently, they wanted worn merchandise accepted as new. Number 14. A customer filed a lawsuit against a movie theater because staff wouldn't let them bring a full Thanksgiving dinner into the screening. They had brought turkey, mashed potatoes, and 3 pies. When told outside food wasn't allowed, they claimed religious exemption without specifying a religion. This person tried to establish Thanksgiving dinner as a protected religious practice. Number 13. A parent reported a school to the superintendent because teachers wouldn't change their child's failing grade to passing, despite the child not completing any assignments. When told grades reflect performance, they argued that grading created stress and all students should pass automatically. They wanted academic standards eliminated for their child specifically. Number 12. A customer called police because a pharmacy wouldn't fill a prescription for antibiotics written by their chiropractor. Chiropractors cannot prescribe antibiotics. When told only medical doctors can prescribe medications, they accused the pharmacy of discrimination against alternative medicine. This person thought chiropractors were medical doctors. Number 11. A diner sued a restaurant because staff wouldn't seat them with their emotional support peacock. Peacocks are not recognized service animals under the ADA. When told only dogs and miniature horses qualify, they produced a certificate from an online emotional support animal registry they'd paid $20 for. They brought a peacock to a restaurant with fake paperwork. Number 10. A shopper filed a corporate complaint because Target wouldn't accept their coupon that was a screenshot of someone else's digital coupon from Facebook. Digital coupons are account-specific. When told this was fraud, they insisted sharing is caring and coupons should be transferable. This person tried to commit coupon fraud, then complained about being caught. Number 9. A customer reported a gym to the Attorney General because staff wouldn't let them cancel their membership without paying the early termination fee specified in the contract they signed. They'd agreed to a 12-month contract and wanted to cancel after 2 months. When told contracts are binding, they claimed contracts were oppressive. This person wanted legal intervention to void a contract they voluntarily signed. Number 8. A parent filed a discrimination lawsuit because a daycare wouldn't administer homeopathic remedies instead of actual medicine for their child's severe allergic reaction. The child was having anaphylaxis. Staff used an EpiPen per medical protocol. When told this saved the child's life, the parent sued for assault, claiming the daycare violated their medical autonomy. Doctors testified the child would have died without the EpiPen. The parent still claimed their sugar water would have worked. Number 7. A customer called corporate 17 times because Starbucks wouldn't give them a free drink despite not being a rewards member. Free drinks require membership and accumulated points. When told to sign up for the program, they insisted as a customer they deserved free items. They spent 6 hours over 2 weeks calling about a $4 coffee. Number 6. A diner left a 1-star review and filed a BBB complaint because a restaurant wouldn't comp their entire meal after they ate everything and then claimed dissatisfaction. They'd finished 4 entrees, 3 appetizers, and 2 desserts. When told satisfied customers don't eat everything, they claimed they had to eat it all to properly evaluate quality. This person wanted free food for eating food. Number 5. A shopper sued Walmart because security wouldn't let them leave without showing a receipt after the theft alarm went off. Store policy allows receipt checks when alarms activate. When told this was standard procedure, they claimed illegal detention and sued for emotional distress. Security footage showed the person trying to leave with unscanned items. They sued after attempting theft and getting caught. Number 4. A customer reported a pharmacy to the DEA because the pharmacist wouldn't fill a prescription for 180 OxyContin pills written by a doctor whose license had been revoked for overprescribing opioids. The pharmacist followed protocol by verifying the license and refusing to fill. When told this was proper procedure, They filed a federal complaint accusing the pharmacist of discrimination against pain patients. They wanted controlled substances from an unlicensed doctor and thought the DEA would help. Number 3. A parent filed a lawsuit against a trampoline park because staff wouldn't let their 6-year-old supervise 4 younger children while they went to the mall. When told children cannot supervise children, they claimed age discrimination. They wanted to abandon 5 children under 10 at a trampoline park with the oldest child in charge. When CPS investigated, they sued CPS too. Number 2. A customer called police, filed a corporate complaint, threatened a lawsuit, and went to local news because Costco wouldn't let them return a 3-year-old dead Christmas tree in January. They'd purchased the tree 3 Decembers ago, used it for 3 holiday seasons, and wanted a refund because it was now brown and brittle. When told trees die and this wasn't returnable, they claimed Costco's generous return policy was false advertising. They went on television to complain about not being able to return a 3-year-old dead plant. The news segment included an interview where they held up the desiccated tree and demanded justice. Costco's return policy explicitly excludes plants after 90 days. They knew this and proceeded anyway. Number 1. A customer filed a lawsuit, contacted the state attorney general, reported the business to 15 different regulatory agencies, and created a Facebook page dedicated to their complaint because a restaurant wouldn't serve them 30 seconds after the kitchen closed. They'd called at 9:59 p.m., the restaurant closed at 10 p.m., and kitchen staff had already started cleaning. When told the kitchen was closed, they drove to the restaurant anyway and demanded service. When refused, they called police claiming discrimination. When officers explained restaurants can close, they filed complaints with the health department, the liquor board, the fire marshal, the building inspector, and the IRS, claiming the business must be hiding something to refuse service. They hired a lawyer and sued for civil rights violations. They spent over $8,000 on legal fees over 6 months. The case was dismissed with prejudice. The judge's ruling specifically stated that being told no by a restaurant does not constitute discrimination under any existing law. When local news covered the story, they gave interviews claiming they were fighting for all customers who'd ever been denied service unfairly. They created a website documenting their fight. They started a petition that got 6 signatures. They showed up at the restaurant weekly for 4 months demanding apologies. Police eventually issued a trespassing warning. This person's entire life became consumed with rage over being told 30 seconds was too late for a restaurant kitchen to start a new order. They spent more money on their crusade than they would have spent eating at the restaurant every single day for 2 years. So there you have it. 47 people who heard the word no and decided this constituted a violation of their human rights, requiring immediate escalation to corporate, legal, regulatory, and in some cases federal authorities. We witnessed lawsuits over coupon expiration dates, police calls over breakfast hours, and federal complaints about pharmacy security protocols. Someone sued because they couldn't return a 3-year-old dead Christmas tree. Another person spent $8,000 suing a restaurant for closing 30 seconds before they called. A parent tried to have daycare workers arrested for saving their child's life with actual medicine. These were adults who reached their current age without learning that no is a complete sentence and businesses have policies for reasons. The truly remarkable part is not that these complaints happened. The truly remarkable part is these people genuinely believed they were the victims in scenarios where they were demanding special treatment that violated policy, law, or basic human dignity. You are absolutely smarter for watching this, which means you have earned that like button. And subscribing ensures you will recognize this exact energy before you ever escalate a minor inconvenience into a federal case. Comment with the worst reaction to no you have ever witnessed. We are documenting humanity's ongoing struggle with being told they cannot have everything they want immediately. And if you think this is as absurd as customer complaints get, trust us, it only gets more ridiculous from here.